Live. I think.
I was not ready.
Joel was not ready.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Rex.
And I'm Joel.
This is the Rex and Joel Show.
Thursday
or
Night
the
Live.
Joel and Rex. Yeah, Thursday Night Live Part 2.
Part
2. Okay, so I've got a screen over here open with YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. I want to see if we're actually live on all of them.
Yeah.
Because Restream says we're live, but I haven't seen any of it over here yet. So how did you get to your live? Okay.
On YouTube?
Okay,
Yeah.
so it says we're live there.
Yeah, you're good there.
So I better mute it.
I can monitor. I'll monitor that one. I'll go to your
on there.
Yeah, I'll go to yours and I'll watch that one if you
want.
Okay,
we're live there. Something seems to not be working on my Facebook.
Facebook sucks anyway.
Why don't you go to my Facebook and see if it's live there?
Okay, I'll open that up.
And then
we're gonna push your internet here to
dude. I got gig. I got gigabit.
I wish I had. I got like megabit. It's tiny, whatever it is.
Okay.
It sucks.
Yep. So we're live.
You up? Okay, you're working.
We're live on the Twitch.
You're on the Twitch,
but not the Facebook.
I'm going there.
And the
right
one
now.
from last time on Facebook didn't ever show up. I don't think. So that's the page, and it shouldn't be there. It should be on my personal channel.
Just Rex Allen.
Yeah, Rex.
This one.
Yeah. Should be.
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're live.
Yeah, we're good.
But I just can't see it on my Facebook. That's weird. Oh, there it is.
There it is. You just have to refresh.
Okay, cool. So we're live.
We're
welcome.
Good. Now we're good.
We have nobody watching, so it doesn't matter.
Whatever. Greg's gonna come over.
I am not from Saturn. You are live. Cool.
Excellent.
So Twitch, what's up, man? How's it going? I'm Rex.
And
this
I'm
is
Joel.
Joel.
Yeah.
We are content creators. I own a design agency called Stoked Design Co. out here in Missouri, where I do a lot of brand work with companies and brands and that kind of stuff. And Joel runs a YouTube channel called Precision Rifle Network and another one called Everyday Ready, where he does a lot of cool stuff, like lots of cool stuff. Joel's the real content creator. He's the one that like makes videos full time. I do a lot of other stuff full time. Well, they make videos when I can. So
their videos, we've talked about this. There's a fine line between video and then good looking video.
Okay. What's the difference?
Well,
who makes good looking video?
You do. You make really good looking video.
Yeah, so do you.
Well, I just mean mine are functional.
Quick and dirty.
I want, I'm more
done instead of perfect.
Yes. Sometimes done is better than perfect. That's my mantra.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of conversations on LinkedIn recently. I'm sure it's a constant conversation, but like I've been seeing it a lot recently where people talk about getting things done rather than perfect. Definitely think it's I think it's a good thing. One of the reasons we started doing this live stream is like, I just did another one. I shot myself doing this A7SIII video and then just like didn't have time to edit it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably not ever going to have time to edit it. So one of the reasons we started doing this live stream is it's a way for me to get, I do a lot of video work for clients, but I have a really hard time finding time to do my own video work. So doing these live streams once a week after the live stream that we do on Joel's channel on Precision Rifle Network gives us both an opportunity to kind of have a steady stream of content going out where we talk about stuff and things.
Yep.
So on his channel, we're talking about precision rifles. We're both competitors in that space and do that stuff. But then kind of the other half of our hobby space and now my full-time employment space is doing content creation stuff. So yeah, we're super excited about it. If you saw my link, I think I posted it on my business page on Rex Allen Creative.
Yeah.
And then on my LinkedIn post, and we'll talk about this in a minute after I can't think and type at the same time.
A couple of our guys from the last podcast followed us over.
I'm going to go
commenting on the YouTube. the outdoor generalist. He showed up in Ghost Rider.
Sweet. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, mostly I guess we both appreciate it because you're here from
There's
his.
Greg. Greg digs the live videos. A lot better venue to connect with followers instead of solely pumping out content.
It's not even going to let me post this. Yep. Share to a group or page. Anyway, my Facebook page has got it, Rex Allen Creative. My personal LinkedIn profile posted. Anyway, I fried my Sony A7S III. So
super sad.
Yeah, I can't even believe I'm laughing about it, but it's just like comical almost.
Yeah. For anybody who's watching that's maybe not a camera person, the body alone is like $3,800. $3,500
smackers
for the body alone. So to fry that,
here we'll do an unboxing.
Yeah, do it. You just about stabbed me in the eye.
Did I? I might have. It wasn't very. Look at that. Anyway, I've got it packaged up to send it back to Sony, but I discovered something. I'm going to cut right towards Joel's eyeball. I discovered something when we were setting up my B cam. So my B cam is what we're filming on right now, which is an A7R3, which is one generation old of Sony's like resolution based camera. So it's more designed about having resolution for photography. I mean, my pictures are like 82 megabytes.
Yeah, they're crazy.
So they're pretty big. I had second thoughts about my packaging in here too. So I'm sending this camera to get repaired. And what did I use for packaging, Joel?
This looks like magazine. Nice. Gun ads or something.
That's my Brownells catalog.
That's hilarious.
So I kind of had second thoughts about that too. It might not help me get the best service if they open that up and see that it's a bunch of gun papers, but Anyway, this is the most anticlimactic unboxing in the world because it's already been opened, but this is what an A7S III looks like when you get it. Super fancy, a little bit dusty.
I should have put my rig together so we could show people kind of what
it should look like.
Yeah.
I've got a picture we'll slap up afterwards, but I took a couple cell phone pictures with my rig because I didn't have the extra camera to take pictures. Yeah, it's bad.
Convenience.
Yeah. Now my cell phone used to take good pictures. We talked about that last time, but so this is an A7S III. It's like pro grade mirrorless body for taking videos, and I've been working on a camera rig. So right now I've got a rig set up over here. It's got some 15 millimeter rails that ride underneath the camera. It all mounts to a cage, and then there's a battery plate that takes a gold mount battery that I can plug my monitor into and my camera into and kind of power it all as this kind of self-contained unit. And it allows me to film for a really long time. So we just live streamed on Joel's channel for, was that an hour and a half?
About an hour and a half.
And like one little tick on my battery went down because I've got the gold mount battery powering my camera too. So pretty cool there with how all that works. But in kind of messing with that and this, I was working on doing a single light stand YouTube studio where you have your key light and your camera and your audio kind of all in one. And something when I was doing that stuff just kind of got wonky and fried it. So right now I don't have a battery in it. So do I have no battery?
Rex, what are you doing?
Looking for batteries.
Just disappearing in the middle of your live stream.
Disappearing in the middle of my live stream. So I went and grabbed a battery because when we were playing with the A7R3 over there, it was doing some weird things.
Yeah.
Some weird stuff and things. I remember my first time. When let's see, what was it doing? So I have a Condor Blue battery. They call it a dummy battery. So it plugs into my big battery through is it called a D-tap or a P-tap? Or both?
D as in David.
Is that because they definitely use both, but one of them is like the trademarked not Alan Bradley, Anton Bauer.
Yeah, I think it's
they're the one that came up with it. So
Yeah.
they call it a DTAP, and then other people that don't want to like infringe on the trademark call it PTAP.
Yeah.
When I had it plugged into the DTAP, into the dummy battery, and I had my Ninja plugged in, it was working. Like I'd turn my camera on, the screen would come on, the camera would turn on, everything was fine. I unplugged the Ninja mount, goes dead.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck? It's doing the same thing. But when I put a normal battery back in, camera fired up fine. So
yeah. So you're trying to see if this one fires
try
up.
to see if it fires up. And then if we weren't live streaming, maybe when we're done, I'll try plugging in HDMI and seeing if that has any effect on it. But yeah, I mean, it's
definitely not powering up.
It's toast, man. Like nothing.
It's probably got some little internal fuse. They're just going to open it up.
They're
going to
take
go
them like 5 minutes.
And it's going to be done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But it doesn't really explain what's going on when that Condor Blue battery is plugged in.
That's really
so Condor
weird.
Blue battery in, no Ninja, camera's dead.
Yeah.
Doesn't turn on. Plug the Ninja in, camera comes on.
It doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
So anyway, really this is my A7S3. That's DOA.
That's sad.
One of the things I'm scared of is sending it in and not getting the same camera back because it took me like 3 hours to put the
decals on,
multi-cam stickers on it. So I don't know, you probably won't be able to see it. Streaming in 720p instead of all the P's. You need more P's. And at some point, the P's become K's. Right? 720p, 1080p, and then 4K.
Yeah.
Wonder if that's like short for KP. Kilop's.
I don't know.
More maths.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Weird stuff.
Yeah.
So as a content creator, it's like you got your main cam and your backup cam. Certainly not good when your main cam goes down. But that's why you have a backup cam. Anyway, on Twitch, looks like I'm not from Saturn, asking us if we hunt. Answer to that, short answer is yes. I classify myself more as a shooter that hunts rather than a hunter that shoots. But
at some point for me, shooting animals with a camera became more fun and attractive than shooting an animal with a gun. And I don't know if that's just a matter of like, I'm trapped in the Midwest and like, we just have such few opportunities here to hunt with rifles. Like certainly you can go deer hunting. There's a rifle season and you can hunt deer with a rifle, but it's, usually you're not talking about long range. And if I'm into long range and I'm going to use a precision rifle, then I want something else.
Yeah.
So I've only hunted out west once for antelope. And I took my antelope at 600 yards, and that was a good time. And I definitely will do that again. It's just that it's travel and it's getting tags and it's, all that stuff. It's just some guys live for it and I don't anymore. I'd rather use my camera and just go on a camera shooting trip.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard, right? Like hunting is hard and it's expensive.
Yeah.
I went on a black bear hunt with my father-in-law in Alaska. I mean, an awesome trip, and certainly probably the most awesome part was just going to Alaska for the first time and seeing Ketchikan and going out to Prince of Wales on a bush plane. And, all the Alaska stuff was really, really cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, the hunt was great too, but I think just being up in Alaska and experiencing it in another one of those situations, I videoed the crap out of that whole entire hunt on my cell phone. Haven't had time to make a video out of it.
There you go.
So yeah, one of these days I'll get around to it, but, yeah. So anyway, Joel's over there responding to questions while we're talking.
Well, this is on YouTube. Yeah, I was just responding
to
Greg.
So cool thing with Restream is it seems like it's pulling in, I mean, at least it's pulling in the Twitch comments.
Oh, it brings them all into that.
Yeah, so it's bringing Twitch and YouTube in. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's neat. That's very cool.
It'd be nicer if that screen was closer. Let's see how close we can get it without bringing it in frame. Oh.
What'd you do?
I got some room.
All right.
I got all this stuff like super finagled. that still out of frame?
Still out of frame.
Oh,
barely.
Oh yeah, barely. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Yeah, that's closer. You can
That'll
see
be more bueno.
Yeah, I can almost
see. I
see that.
got my glasses on
with my old.
What are your glasses?
Well,
are those just readers?
Yeah, well, so my eyes have gotten really weird. Like this right here on that screen is no better with my glasses on versus off. Like it's same blurry. But if you wanted me to read your poster that you got back on the wall back there, like I know what it is just from the picture, but I can't read the writing until
you really are old.
Until I put my glasses
it's
on.
a Gone with the Wind poster.
Well, I can see the Gone with the Wind, but like the black lettering down below, I can't read that unless I put my glasses on.
Okay. I can kind of read it.
So that's how old I am. Now I got Clark Gable and so I can read that now. I know I'm old, but then like close in stuff, I have to take my glasses off. Like if I want to read, I have to take my glasses off. So now think about shooting a rifle where I have to look at the scope and dial dope
and then look at things far away.
Then look stuff far away. It sucks. It started to really suck.
Yeah. So aside from being a creative, I'm also a product engineer. Spent 10 years doing that stuff. One of the products that we had an idea for a long time ago, and I feel like I've actually seen it implemented before, but they make like, we were thinking about putting a little magnifying glass like right behind your turret so that when you look at it, it just like magnifies it, or it could even be like a prescription lens to where you could have your eyes set for your scope, but then still be able to see your turret better.
Yeah.
This little thing that clamps around.
Tyler at MK.
Okay. Yeah. That might be where I saw it.
Yep. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
I probably should try it.
Yeah,
It might help me.
You probably should.
Yeah. But this isn't rifle talk.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to transition because like we just spent the last hour and a half like talking about rifles.
Yeah.
And now we got to talk about cameras. So all you people talking about rifles in the chat, stop it.
Yeah. All right. How about this? I just got on Clubhouse.
Finally did, huh?
Talk to me about Clubhouse since I'm brand new to it.
Okay. First, before we start talking about Clubhouse, let's ask all of you guys that are watching, because there's so many of you. We appreciate you dearly. How many of you guys know what Clubhouse is? Go ahead and in the comments, if everybody will just go ahead and say either yay or nay on Clubhouse so that we know how deep to kind of get into talking about it.
Right.
Because it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense if we start talking about it and everybody's like, what's Clubhouse?
What is Clubhouse? Yeah.
So I'll give you a minute to...
I didn't know what it was until just a couple months ago.
Okay, Knoyer's got no clue.
He says how cute or something. What did he say?
Knoyer, do you have an iPhone? Let me know.
Oh, no clue, not how cute. See, I can't even read.
I guess I could go look at our texts and see if you have an iPhone or not. Let's see. See if I can tell before he tells me. Yep, he's got an iPhone. Okay, so right now, I guess Knoyer is the only one that's going to comment.
Okay.
Right now, Clubhouse is only available for iPhone users. I think that's still the thing. It's basically I don't even know what you would call it. It's like a group chat app that's only voice.
Yes.
So there's no text, there's no images, there's no nothing. It's just voice. And you essentially set up rooms that are about a specific topic.
Yep.
And for the most part, Clubhouse was kind of made for creators and entrepreneurs and those types of people.
Yeah.
So
think about it like Reddit, but instead of writing out text and everything, it's like open voice communication. You can mute yourself. You can unmute.
Yeah, but
it's
less like Reddit. It's more okay. So for instance, like right now we're doing a live stream, right? We could be doing the same thing or a similar thing on Clubhouse, right? So it would be like you and I would get together, call it Joel and Rex Thursday Night Live.
Yes.
And we create a room for our conversation.
Yes.
Right. And then
no
anybody that follows us, it's kind of like an interactive podcast, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
So we would set up a room, and then people that follow us or people that find it or whatever, just depends on the marketing, can join the room. But you and I are on stage because we're the hosts of the room. So we're the only ones that can talk. Mm-hmm. So everybody else just listens, kind of like a stream like this. But a lot of times it just depends on what you want to do in your room, but you can bring people up onto the stage.
Yeah.
So say you've got somebody that's like raising their hand a bunch, wants to talk. You can say, hey, we're going to bring you up on the stage. They can talk. And then if we don't like what they're saying, we can kick them off the stage or whatever, you know? So one of the guys that I follow a lot, I like what he says, not always how he says it, but I like what he says.
Christo. I knew who that was before you even said it. Yeah.
My wife listened to one of his Clubhouse chats, and she's like, that guy's mean.
He comes across as a jerk.
Yeah. He kind of does, but like super, super valuable information.
Yeah.
So I really like the stuff that he puts out, but, you know, he kind of has these podcast chats where they, you know, they pick a topic and they talk about it, and they're pretty on topic the whole time versus us that we're just kind of like all over the place at this point.
What?
It makes it fun. Keeps them guessing. And then kind of at the end of them talking about the topic, he will bring people up to like ask a question, and then he'll like berate them, not teach them, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool platform, but yeah, so the weird thing about it, and part of the reason probably why you haven't heard of it, is it's invite only.
Yeah.
So like you have to have somebody that is in the app already send you an invite to become a part of the app.
Yep.
And when you sign up, you only get like one invite.
Yeah.
And then you send it out. And then if you're interacting a lot, you get more, and then you can invite more people. So it's kind of like this started out as a pretty exclusive thing.
Yeah.
In one of my filmmaker groups, everybody's like, hey, does anybody have more Clubhouse invites? And there'd be like a chain with like 300 comments of like, I got one, who needs one? And then you got to like get their iPhone phone number.
Yep.
You got to add them as a contact, and then you got to invite them from your phone. It's like pretty intense, like how to get in, but you know, it's kind of cool, but it's kind of grown to a point, I think, where anybody that knows about it and wants to get into it can know about it and get into it. So
Greg, so you get into rooms by, you go in there and you can search for different types of topics. Like, let's say you're interested in, like, so I already checked out guns and all that kind of stuff. There's very little for that right now, but because it's more started by, you know, videographers and photographers and stuff like that. So you could go in and search a room for photography, let's say, or video creator or YouTube creator, and you could go join that room. And then if there's a live chat going on, you would see that. You just kind of click into that and into that group, and you would be, you know, muted at the start. You'd just be in there as an observer, but you would hear the voice of whoever the person is that's talking just come up on the room. So it's pretty intuitive. You just kind of click into these rooms and then back out, you know.
Oh, here we go. Canoyer, I just sent you a link to it, but that was probably just like a download link or something. So download it, and then I'm going to send you an invite.
Yeah, I had to go.
You have, Canoyer, you have 6 friends on Clubhouse.
6 already, huh? I had like 4.
That's weird. How does it tell me how many friends he has in Clubhouse?
Ooh, that's
creepy.
True. That's true.
Creepy.
It's very creepy.
Anyway, I just texted you so you can get in. I don't know what you said. I think we were asking you what phone you had, and then you said
I'm no green bubble schmuck.
But you said S3. What was the S3 in regards to? I mean, he was talking about camera stuff still. Yeah.
A7S3. That's actually 4 eyes. S4.
S4?
Are they talking about an S4? I've seen that. This is the second time I've actually seen that.
An S4?
Are they talking about that?
What's an S4?
Is that a thing?
An A7S4?
That's what I'm saying.
That's not a thing.
It's not a thing yet?
Oh, the camera S3 just came out.
Do they care? They don't care. They just want to make money.
Yeah, so that's another chat. It was just like, okay, so my A7S3 crapped the bed, and I was like, self, should I buy an FX3?
Oh. Greg says C is in Spanish. We automatically assume it's a camera. You know, whatever. Back across the border.
Greg, did you get that invite? Let me know. LMK, bro.
My goodness.
Yeah, you want to do the... I don't know. Whatever that...
It's kind of cool.
One of those links will get you in.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. So I personally, like, I don't know. I'm just, like, not a podcast person to where, like, when I'm working, I've, like, tried it. Where, like, okay, I'm going to, like, be in the zone working. I'm just going to, like, have a podcast playing on the side. Doesn't work, dude. I, like, can't do both.
Right.
I can't, like, listen to a podcast at all and like work at the same time. So for me, it's like Clubhouse is hard. Maybe this was a bad idea.
It was a totally bad idea.
I like it though. I don't give a crap. I don't give 2 craps. I don't even give 1 crap. For me, like Clubhouse is really hard because like if I'm gonna pay attention to a chat, I can't do anything else.
It's true. Yeah. But dudes can't multitask like that.
Yeah.
Girls can.
My wife can't anymore. Ever since she had a baby, she's like,
Gave up like all of her brain cells.
Yeah, her amygdala got big for like emotional caring about the kid and soaked up the rest of her brain or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so like the few times I've like listened to groups on Clubhouse, like I'll just like sit here on the couch, like my wife will listen with me. She's like kind of interested in the stuff I'm interested in. Mostly not, but she's interested in me.
Yeah. So far I like Clubhouse because it seems like you could legitimately get access to some of the top names in whatever industry, right? And be able to talk to them live. If they're hosting a room, and you go in there and they ask for comments or questions or whatever,
you could get on stage.
You could actually get on the stage and talk to those people, you know. Like I don't know who I was in. I was just listening in on a film, some sort of a film channel the other day, and there was like 2 fairly famous, what am I trying to say? Film directors, like Hollywood film directors in there talking, you know what I mean?
Cool.
And just kind of going back and forth, talking shop and stuff. And it's like, you're listening into their conversation. You can glean a lot of information from those guys, just listening to them talk. It's kind of neat because, I mean, I don't think anywhere else can you really get that kind of, you know, interaction. You kind of get to know who they are a little bit better by listening to them. And it's kind of a neat thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Ghost Rider says he'd rather have more weapons than cameras. He certainly came over from PRN. You kind of get to a point, at least the way I feel about it is like, I'd rather have a few guns that I am good with rather than a bunch that I don't touch. I don't know. My dad's like a gun collector. He likes to have all the guns in his safe. And I'm just like, I need like a couple bolt guns that I'm really good with, a couple ARs, handful of pistols. And like beyond that, it's just like, I only have 2 hands.
Yeah.
And in an apocalypse, like, it's not like I'm going to just be like, bop, 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 double popping people with pistols. So,
right.
Just like have my Glocks, my Rari. Good to go.
You know what somebody still needs to do? Well, do you remember a few years back for April Fool's, Hornady came out?
Here we are with the gun talk again. The bullet cam thing.
It has to do with cameras. Yeah, the bullet cam thing.
Yeah.
Like somebody still needs to make a camera, you know, like a little action camera that fires out the front of a rifle.
And the bullet?
Sure. I don't care how spinny or weird it looks. Like, just try it. Just do it. I want to see what the footage looks like.
Yeah. It'd look bad.
It probably wouldn't even live through the experience.
Well, even if it did, like, I can't remember the math off the top of my head to figure out barrel RPM, but like it's really, really fast. Like 20,000 RPM or something like that. And it's just like, there's no camera. You're spinning something at 20,000 RPM. Like,
it's true.
You'd have to have like a.
Don't you think the center would stay clear?
Super fast.
Would the center stay clear?
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Anyway.
It did look like a Milky Way photo, except everything would just be blurry.
That's true.
Yeah. I think it's a cool idea, though.
It is. I just don't know how.
It was a cool commercial that Hornady did.
It was. Sure. Yeah, they did it really well. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Lots of G's.
A lot of G's on small electronics. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. What else are we talking about, creative guy? Are you releasing the hat thing yet? Are you telling people about the hat thing?
The hat thing. I mean, not really. I don't know. I mean, I'm not hiding it. So anyway, started a hat company.
Okay.
It's going to come out. Going to order like 10,000 hats. So better tell everybody you know about it because it's going to be a lot of hats. This is kind of a prototype right here. It's going to be super cool. Anyway, the company's called Noggin Hat Co.
It's the best name ever.
What other name would you name a hat company?
It's the best name. It's the best name ever for a hat.
Yeah, so I drew up the logo for it, submitted hat designs to manufacture today. So hopefully within the next few months, we're going to have some like pallets of hats back there in the gun room and going to sell hats. I do so much work for other companies, doing ads for them and video content for them. And it's like, I know what the value of video content does for a brand. So I'm just like, I'll keep doing that stuff because I like doing it. But it's like, why not do a little bit of that stuff for my own brand? So, yep, going to start Noggin Hat Co. Got my brother-in-law is going to invest and help pay for some of the inventory, and we're going to get it rolling.
Nice.
So we're going to run some ads, get the word out.
Website.
Yep. I'll build the website.
Yep.
Because I'm baller at that, check out americansniper.com. That was the most recent one that I did.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting. Maybe that'll be a topic for the Precision Rifle Network, but
that's true. We should have done something about that because one of your designs just came out.
Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of work for that brand. Kind of a neat deal, but yeah, the first press release went out. Was that last week? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
somewhere thereabouts.
It's been about 2
weeks. Announced it. So no, I think it was last. Trying to think because I've like finished the website like the day the announcement went out. Because they like didn't tell me when the announcement was going to come until like 3 days. But it's like, hey, remember how we talked about maybe needing to do that website? Yeah.
Yep.
We're doing a press release on Tuesday, so can you build us a website over the weekend? Sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
I'll get right on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Canoyer, I'll let you buy one. I'll let you be my first customer, and we'll hang your dollar bill on the wall as the first customer.
There you go.
Oh, Eric, what's up, man? Eric Askins liked the live stream on the Facebook. Good to see you, dude. I might have to hit you up. I don't know if you're still watching, but if you are, I might have to hit you up about your camera guy coming through for me because we were talking about earlier, but my camera bit the dust. So let's chat.
Who's Eric? I don't know Eric.
Eric is one of my dad's Jeeping buddies.
Okay.
Yeah. Right in Arizona. I've never met him, but like we talk a lot, and he's getting into guns.
Okay.
So he's been buying lots of gun stuff.
Right on. Cool.
Yeah. So kind of fun. What were we talking about? Hat company.
Yeah, Noggin.
And then what? Oh, American Sniper.
Yeah.
So, yep, part of what I do is build websites. On Joel's Precision Rifle Network, we were talking about the Elicio chassis. Landed on that dude's website, and it was like, what was the website with X-Ring or
something? Yeah.
I mean, that's not terrible, right? But like the brand seems to be X-Ring, right? But then the chassis is called an Elicio. Is that like the name of the chassis or the name of the company or what?
It's a guy, but yeah.
And then you land on the website and it's got like a totally different banner name at the top.
Completely disjointed.
It's like totally bad branding.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense, dude, but like, not great. So, I mean, that's another big thing that I do is like help brands become a brand rather than just like, oh yeah, I got a website with some products and like the wrong name on the banner, but I don't know how to fix it. So whatever, so I kind of help brands do brand overhauls and, do content that matches their brand style and stuff like that. So kind of fun.
Yep. You mean I can't just go on to Fiverr and hire some dude for $5?
I mean, you can, and a lot of people do.
Sadly.
And I think there's a time and place for it, honestly. Like, if you don't have any budget, then go ahead and like get your first logo from Fiverr.
Yep.
And like, there's some good designers on Fiverr. Like, it makes it hard, but like, I think what you pay for on Fiverr is like somebody's skills in designing, right? And what you pay for when you work with a design agency or like a true like creator, content, brand person is like big picture stuff, right? So like, anybody can make a little logo,
right? To
some extent, but really figuring out how that fits into someone's overall brand is what I'm more passionate about,
Yep.
It's like, sure, I do little logo jobs here and there, but it's more exciting to be a part of building that brand. I mean,
sure.
as I grow my companies, I realize that I really like starting companies. It's like it's like the most fun. Then it's like when it's time to like do the thing that the company was started for, it's like,
yeah.
It's like all the branding and stuff I've done over the years for Max Effective has been like the funnest part, like figuring out what that needs to look and feel like, and then not ever have time to do it.
This is why you and I think, have realized we can't go into business together, because we're both starters. We're starters. We're creatives. We can get things up and running. Like we're just gangbusters, like super excited about getting a thing going. But then actually when it gets to the point of actually carrying on business,
doing the thing,
like, nah.
Yeah. So like with this hat company, I mean, like I'm a little worried because my brother-in-law, business partner, whatever, we don't even have that all figured out yet, but he lives in Arizona, and like I'm running the hat operation here, and it's like I'm doing all the branding, all the website, I'm doing everything to like build this hat company. And like all he's doing, it's certainly awesome to like have money behind the project, but it's like he just like forks out some money, and then it's like, doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But it's like my house is going to be full of hats, and I'm going to be like, every time somebody orders one, I'm going to be like boxing up a hat and like going to the post office and shipping it. And it's just like, 10,000 of those. Like,
no, dude, you need to get it.
10,000 hats. If it takes me 5 minutes per hat, that's 50,000 minutes.
You know what you need to do is you need to set up a business account with UPS or FedEx, save them all for just a couple of days at a time, and just schedule a pickup and make them come to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And at some point, I'll probably pay like a high school kid to come do it.
There you go.
Fulfill orders for me, because
no thanks.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to do that either.
Yeah, not when I'm busy doing other stuff. Busy not having time to edit my own videos.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks cool on the screen. Have you ever done that before with like a high frame rate camera?
No.
Gone, and it's like your cheeks just go. We'll have to do it. Well, not with mine. With your S3 on like 120.
Yeah. Just to
like
see it.
Yeah. Or like if you stand there and like jump and then like land really hard on your feet, and your whole face just goes.
You see my man boobs.
Yeah, that used to be my indicator when I knew I needed to go back to the gym.
Back to work out. Man boobs.
Yeah, like I'd be really good at working out for a while, and then I'd like lose motivation or whatever, and then I'd be like driving in the car, and all of a sudden like, gotta go to the gym again. Okay, awesome. Let's talk about brand building strategy. So I recently, over the last year and a half, I've been kind of going on this journey as a creative. I keep sitting here looking at the flipping Ninja 5.
I know. The camera's down there.
I know. Rex. What we need to do is get a pad prompter and put the Ninja 5 on the pad prompter. So the Ninja 5 is the camera. Would that work?
That could work.
We should try it.
Okay.
That would be legit.
That'd be pretty good.
Then you could just like look at it, and then it would be the camera.
Oh, that'd be really good.
Okay. Anyway, so I've been going on this journey as a creative, spent the last 10 years as a design engineer working in the medical device industry, and then transitioned into weapons of mass destruction.
Not quite.
Worked for Silencer Co.
Yeah.
Worked on the Maxim 9 program there. A couple Silencer projects, military contracts. Went to Gunworks, developed long range rifle systems and optics. Came out here to Missouri for a company which shall not be named. Didn't last very long there.
The evil that shall not be named.
Yeah, just a really, really weird deal. But ended up going back to work for Gunworks remote for about a year and a half, and kind of had an opportunity to work really hard for them, but then spend my evenings kind of free to build my creative brand. So started out calling it Rex Allen Creative. Well, I called it like 3 things before I landed on that, but I have so many emails. It's like Rex Allen Design, Rex Allen Photography, Rex Allen blah blah blah. But like landed on Rex Allen Creative. My actual name is Rex Allen Reiblin, but Reiblin is like the hardest last. You wouldn't think it'd be that hard. It's like 2 syllables, Reiblin, but like super hard. So ditched that with the personal brand. So personal brand became Rex Allen Creative. That's where we're streaming, blah, blah, blah. It was kind of like this personal brand, but then it was like my freelance brand because I was doing a lot of freelance work because I was still working for Gunworks. And I guess it's been almost 3 months now. So 3 months ago, the project that I was working on at Gunworks was kind of finishing up. They were hiring more engineers back in Cody. Just didn't really make sense to like continue to give me work because they're building the team in Cody. And I felt that coming for quite a while.
Yep.
So I just kind of started thinking about what my next move was. And for a while, I was like, I got to get another engineering job, and worried about it and interviewed all over the place and had job offers and just nothing felt right. So kind of came to the point where they were like, hey, we need you to move back to Cody, or like, just not going to make sense to continue this relationship working remote.
Yep.
And I mean, it was hard and scary, but I was like, okay, like, I'm not going to move back to Cody. Like, I'm going to try out my own thing. So now, yeah, Canoyer, I definitely tried that. I actually own the domain Rex Allen Design. I think. Yeah, I do.
I think so.
Yep. Rex at rexallendesign.com. Yep. That's one of them. I have it. I tried it. Yeah. I did it.
Because you say rad a lot, and that's why I remember you saying that. It's like,
but the other thing I say more than rad is, I guess just as much as rad probably, is stoked. I say stoked all the time. So anyway, as I kind of transitioned from freelance into like being really on my own, I was like, this is going to be bigger than what I can do. It's more than what I'm going to do as a freelancer. So I was like, I need to start another brand. I need to start a company that's going to be like an agency where it's bigger projects than what Rex can take on. It's more talented people that I bring in to like really expand my capabilities. So founded a design agency, called it Stoked Design Co. Pretty excited about the branding there. Just super fun being able to call it Stoked. I was filming a video talking about one of these dead air nomads, and noticed that I said stoked like 5 times within like a 10-second period. I'm like, I'm so stoked. This is so cool. I'm so stoked. And I was like, my company needs to be called Stoked.
Yep, it works.
So yeah, pretty excited. So anyway, like, I've been building this kind of Rex Allen brand, personal brand, for the last year and a half, and it was kind of my freelance thing. And now I've kind of separated my work into Stoked Design Co., but I'm still going to be working on my personal brand. So really, I've kind of got 2 things going right now, where I've got like the work side of what I'm doing, and then I've got my personal side of what I'm doing. So moving forward, I've kind of got these 2 things to manage, of just like showcasing what we are working on at Stoked, but then at the same time, like being me and talking about what I care about and the things that I'm interested in or worried about or whatever, as I grow a business and work with clients and I'll kind of create things both for myself and for clients. So
yeah,
kind of 2 forms of brand building, but it's been really interesting. One, obviously I'm doing more work with businesses. So I'm a commercial filmmaker, no interest in doing weddings.
Right. Same here. Forget that crap.
Not dealing with brides.
I'm not dealing with a bride. No way.
What's another popular video thing that I'm not doing?
I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like weddings is there. I feel like there's another big one that I'm just not thinking of, but I'm just not really interested in that kind of stuff. So pretty much just going to do commercial filmmaking, which really fits in with doing the brand development that I'm working on. So along that vein, I totally forgot where I was going with that story.
Well, you originally said brand strategy.
Yeah, brand strategy. So, okay, yeah, I remember now. So my clients, because I'm working on business stuff, my clients reside more on LinkedIn than they do on Facebook. And Instagram's kind of this, I don't know, they're all on Facebook too, and they're all on Instagram. But I think more of like the business work comes from YouTube. Yeah, maybe YouTube, who knows? But I think LinkedIn is a really good place for me to kind of work. So I've been working on kind of building my personal brand and my business brand on LinkedIn. And I've been trying to post insightful things and be a little bit vulnerable and share things that I think or what's going on and things like that. It's just like, I get a few people here and there, my uncles comment and stuff, but like not a ton of engagement. And it was really interesting on my personal LinkedIn page, I posted that cool picture of this camera when it was dead.
Yep.
Threw it up on that shelf and kind of took a stylish photo and just quick and dirty pulled it off of the A7R3 on my phone. Just a quick and dirty little edit on Lightroom Mobile, and like threw it up there. And I was like, some post about my A7S III dying, and like that crap went viral. Like viral on a scale of like what I have experienced on LinkedIn thus far.
Right.
You know, normally it's like my post gets seen by 30 people and maybe one or two comment, and it's like 1,300 people reach, and I was just like, oh, cool. Like maybe LinkedIn like will work, you know? Yeah, so it's just kind of a testament of just like being consistent. I mean, we talked about that in precision rifle shooting, you know? It's like consistency is key. And the more consistent you can be in your socials and stuff, you know, the better. So I think that's obviously something I'm working on because I don't have time to work on my own brand. So that's like one of the things I'm really struggling with is just like finding that balance of working on client stuff and then still having enough time to work on my own projects. So today I took a little bit of time, finished up the tech pack for Noggin Hat Co. Sent that off to the first manufacturer, see what their samples look like, and order 10,000 hats.
Yeah. That's awesome. So let me ask you, I think it's a design type of a question. So company comes to you and says, we want a logo and we want some video content that helps us, you know, just get the word out about our company. Like, how do you go about like responding to them? Like, what do you say? How's that look for you when a company comes in and just wants to hire you, but they're not quite sure? And like, what do you do? What do you say?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's tricky because a lot of people that you see will just like have their prices like listed on their website, right? Like, this is what my logo costs. This is what this costs. This is what that costs. It's just like all there, you know? And the more I learn about sales and the more I learn about, you know, the more I reaffirm to myself that like what I do adds a massive amount of value to a brand, like the more confident I get in like what I do and why it's important, right? So for me, it's like the most important thing for me to do is like get on a call with the client and just it gives me an idea of like where they're at with their brand, like if it even makes sense for them to talk to me, right? If they're just like, yeah, we want a guy to do a logo for $20, I'll just be like, I'm not the right guy.
Not your guy, yeah.
Like, thanks so much for reaching out to me, but just like, no.
Yep.
You know, here's Fiverr, go ahead.
Right.
So it gives you a really good idea to kind of establish that baseline of like where the client's at, what their budget is, you know, because like, okay, so say somebody came to me and wanted to do a film project and I'm like, okay, let's chat. And they're like, yeah, we've got a $300,000 budget. Probably not going to reach out to me yet at this point for that budget, but you know,
maybe, never know.
It's like, if I just have a video that's $2,000 on my website, those are not apples and oranges, right? So if they're expecting a production that's a $300,000 production level video, like I'm going to be hiring like a massive crew and like I'm going to be learning and growing real fast on like how to orchestrate that project, right? So for me, it's like most important to get on the phone with the client, understand what their goals are, you know, what their value is for design, right? Are they just trying to get some janky looking thing so they can get off the ground, or are they looking to like build a brand, you know? And I'm certainly more on the scale of like working on bigger projects, more long-term things versus just like, hey, let's pop this thing out.
Yeah.
So for me, it's most important to just get on the phone, understand where they're at, and then understand if I'm a good fit for helping them achieve what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And then kind of building whatever that package looks like based around their needs. So I try to not just have like standard package pricing for everything, but really just like being able to respond to what they're looking for.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we've talked about this a bit before, is just that I don't think people, they're just ignorant, not in a mean way, just ignorant about what video costs in general.
Yeah.
Like, you're just shooting a camera. How can it cost thousands of dollars to make that video? Like, for me, for what I do, the level of quality that I do, and you're not talking about like, primetime television quality. I'm not putting that kind of effort into it. You know what I mean?
Could if you wanted to.
But I'm not putting that kind of effort into it. So my videos on Precision Rifle Network, if I do a product review of a scope, let's say, and when I tell people that I could easily charge $5,000 for that video, most people are like, "Are you flipping nuts? Like what?"
Canoyer, I could shoot that with my iPhone.
There you go. Yeah, you can shoot that with my iPhone.
For it.
Go for it, and you're gonna find out how much it sucks. It's shaky.
Part of the problem is that like iPhones are getting pretty good.
They are getting pretty good.
They're still not this good.
They're not this good. Yeah. But that's the thing is like a lot of people just don't realize that. So then, when you got a guy like Chris Do, you watch his stuff, and a lot of the role playing stuff that you watch him do with some of his students, and they start talking about, well, I'd like a logo designed and blah, blah, blah. And like the first thing out of his mouth is, well, our logo packages start at $20,000. Like he just boom immediately sets that hard line, and he won't go below it.
Yeah.
I'm like $20,000 for a logo. But you look at some logos, like what are some of the biggest logos?
Yeah, I think the BP logo cost like $600 million or something like that, and the BBC logo, which is a B, and a C, in black boxes. Right, that one was like 130 million or something. Like the H&R Block logo, which is literally like a green square, but it's a good green square. It's like millions of dollars, Yeah. So it's like you've got the whole scale, right? You've got big companies, and it's like one of the things that you look at is like, well, let's talk about what the value of your brand is, right? Like, what's this T-shirt worth? What's the material of the T-shirt worth?
Yeah, whatever.
$1, maybe. Make it for $1. You put a swoosh on it. What's it worth now?
Yeah, a lot more.
$30?
Right.
You put a forward C and a backward C. I think that's the logo for like Coco Chanel or something.
I wouldn't.
Did they make T-shirts? I don't know.
I wouldn't.
If they did, right? It's like $100 shirt.
I'm a little worried that you said that.
If like
at all.
LV, Louis Vuitton, or whatever,
that one
makes a shirt like
$100,
or if Armani makes it $200. I don't know. It's like that's a brand. Right. And that has value, right? Like a hat with nothing on it is a Richardson hat with nothing on it. You can buy those for $10.
But if you put a noggin,
you put freaking noggin on it.
That baby.
Although it's going to be cool. They're going to be cooler than Richardson hats.
It's going to be way good.
But like, like you pay more for a brand. Hey, we'll see you, Ghost Rider. Thanks for being here with us, man. It was cool. Cool having you. Appreciate you. So there's an inherent value of a brand, right? And one of the things that I've done with people, and I learned this from Chris Do, right? They're like, well, that's too much money, $20,000. I mean, I don't charge $20,000, but like, whatever your logo pack, that's too much money. And he goes, well, would you rather do like a split with us? Like, I mean, talking about video projects is like, well, the purpose of your video is to market your business and get more people in the door. Right?
How much business are you going to get off of that video? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how much business well, we're hoping we're going to get a lot. Oh, okay. Well, if you don't, why don't we split the profit of all the new business that you get? Well, if we get a lot of business, then we don't want to split that with you. Like we want it. He's like, okay, so we're at this juxtaposition here, right? Like you want a video, don't want to pay a lot of money for it, but then you're expecting this huge return.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, how about we do this? How about I take all the risk? I make a video for free and we split the profits. I get 50% of your profits. And they go, well, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
He's like, well, why not? Like, they're clients that you weren't going to have before.
Yep.
So like I've had similar conversations with clients, or they just like didn't have it in the budget, and it's just like somebody I wanted to work with. I was like, hey, let's do a video. We'll just charge bare minimum for like the supplies I need to like do the specific video, and then we'll do a portion of like profit sharing going forward. And like I have those agreements in place right now, and it's just like the period of like how long that was supposed to last has kind of come up, or maybe coming up. I don't know. But like the value that I continue to add, they're just like, keep it going. Right. Yeah. So, it's kind of like that retainer model, but like more of on like a percentage of the profits. And I don't know, it's kind of fun. So I mean, it's certainly like a lot of new things to learn. Like I've never had to like sell things when I was working as an engineer, or sell myself or sell my services. So that's been pretty interesting for me. But I've been really
prostitution,
blessed.
By the way.
Oh, okay.
Selling yourself.
Selling yourself. That's what I should put as like my LinkedIn tagline for the business or something. Like, just a prostitute.
A video.
Video prostitute.
I should not have said anything. I should not have
said can of worms on that one.
I should not have said anything. Yeah. It just all, it's really interesting to me because it's always something that I see. Like on Facebook, I'm part of some, videographer groups and things like that. And it's a very common question that comes up a lot. It's like, hey, how do you figure out what you're going to charge for videos and stuff like that? And the vast majority of responses from people who are doing the work are like, oh, I charge hourly. I charge $25 an hour. And most people are like, hey, $25 an hour, that's good money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I won't get out of bed for less than 100.
I mean, it depends on where you're at, like in your career, and like what I think a lot of it, some of it can come down to opportunities, right? It's like if you have other lucrative opportunities, then it doesn't make sense for you to work for $25 an hour.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. Like I'm there right now. Like 20. No.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. But if your opportunity is nothing, you don't have any other work, then maybe you do take a job. I would right now, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to say no to like work on the bigger picture stuff. But it's like, if you don't have anything else to do, like you're going to do whatever you have to do to pay the bills. Right. And if that means doing logo work for $25 an hour or video work for $25 an hour, you're just going to do it.
Yep.
Right. But like I just signed up for CrossFit. I'm on my second week now. Yep. Last week was lots of pain. So far this week, not as much.
Yep.
But like the CrossFit,
I noticed.
Yeah, it's a good deal, Greg. It's super cool.
I'll take all the risk, 50%. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I noticed when I first came over, I said, you look kind of swole.
Yeah.
Swole. I know you're getting to a point here, but I wanted to,
today was like,
yeah, you're good.
Yeah, it's a good day. Yeah. Where was I going?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I interrupted. Actually, Greg interrupted.
Greg, tell us where we were going with that. Let's see. We're talking about clients, prospecting, money. Oh, okay. CrossFit. So when I started CrossFit, I was like talking to them. Oh yeah, I just quit my job, like doing content creation, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, oh, cool. Like we've been wanting to do some video content, right? And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, let me know. And then Tuesday after my workout, and I'm like pretty fat right now. Like I'll just be authentic here. Look at this. Like I'm like, if I don't suck it in, like I got a dad bod. Like whatever, it's okay. I got a dad bod.
He's calling himself
Dude,
fat while I'm sitting over here.
I need to turn the air
It's
on.
very warm in your basement.
Well, I just barely got this new Google Home Nest thing.
Once we get,
I've got it set.
Wait, you need to finish your story because you're going to forget again.
Yeah, I'm going to forget.
CrossFit.
Okay, CrossFit. So super sweaty. After my workout, dude comes to me, hey, let's talk about doing some video content. I'm like, this is the perfect time to talk about doing video content.
Right.
He's like, I'm wanting to do this and that, and just like all the red flags are going off. It's just like this is the guy that just like wants cheap.
Yep, like Greg just said, we'll give you a free monthly membership.
Yeah, free exposure. There, I've never had that yet, but yeah, that's certainly a thing. I'm just like, well, I don't know. I was just trying to like come up because like I kind of want to do some gym content. Like I think that would be good to have in my feather in my cap of like, oh yeah, I can do gym videos. So it's certainly something I'm interested in, right? I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's probably going to be like, because he wants to do like a bunch of content, right? He's like, yeah, we want to hire a videographer, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to get hired on, but like I'll do your projects. So I was like, yeah, pretty much like if we're going to do like an hour shoot, an hour edited, just like, one quick video, it's going to be about $250. And like, that was like low. Like, I don't even know why I said that. Kind of just because like I want to do the job, I guess. But it's just like, you could just tell him that he's just like, yeah. Like, to him, $250 for a video is like a lot of money. You know, but like if that was a better situation, I'd be like, all right, let's talk about this. Like, okay, your gym membership for your Ultimate Pass is $150 a month.
Right.
Okay, so every new client that you get that this video is going to bring in for you, one new client is going to bring you $1,800 a year. So if I get you one client with this video, that's $1,800 of new business. Will you get one client from this video? Yeah. So I should be able to charge you $1,800 for this video.
Yeah, that's right.
Because anything you get beyond one client is just pure profit, right? Yep. It's like one thing that I think videographers do, and I think you've seen it your whole career as a photographer, is just like we undervalue what we're able to offer.
Yep.
Because we think about it often about hourly, right? Well, if I charge them one hour to shoot, 1 hour to edit, that's 2 hours of my time, $250, that's $125 an hour. Like, who wouldn't love to do that? Right. But when you start to think about it as far as like value goes,
how much is your time worth?
One client is $1,800.
Yeah.
But you're going to get 20 clients from this video.
And I like asking them what their time is worth. You know what I mean? What is your time worth to you? Yeah. It's like if you think your time is worth $100 an hour to you, well, can you do what I'm doing as fast as I can do it and as quality as I can do it? Or are you wasting hours of your time trying to wrangle up somebody to do this project? You know, how long have you spent looking for different photographers and videographers and talking to people and interviewing people? And how much was that time worth to you that you now can't get back?
Yeah.
You could have just paid me the $1,500 I was asking to do your whatever and been done with it.
Which is still not enough.
Which is still not enough. Yeah, exactly. So,
You're not paying me. You're not paying for your time now. You're paying for all the time you spent before learning. Yeah. I mean, there's so many ways to look at it, but one of the ways I look at it is just like, you're paying me for value. You don't want a video.
Right.
Like, what you actually want is not a video.
You want to sell products. Right? You want more clients.
You either want to sell more products, you want to have more clients, or you want to build a brand. And the reason you want to build a brand is to sell more products or have more clients.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, what you want is not a video. Video is a tool to get what you want.
Absolutely. And
currently, video is a really good tool to get what you want, right?
Best
Everything
thing
is trending towards video right now. So the more video content you can put out, the more of what you want you're going to get, you know? So when a creative can get out of that mindset of like, well, I just need to make $85 an hour to pay my health insurance and blah, 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 blah. Right. And like see the value that they're offering and then start to price value instead of hours, then you can start to land those bigger clients because bigger clients understand that.
Yep.
Versus little mom and pop gym owner that maybe doesn't have that vision.
Yeah.
But you can teach them the vision.
Yep.
If they don't try to talk to you right after you finish a workout that caused you to sweat a gallon.
Right. So. Exactly. Yep. And I can't tell you how many times so far now. I mean, I have lost count in the, say, 5 years, 4.5 years, I guess, that I've been doing Precision Rifle Network, where people have messaged me and said, you know, hey, I'm interested in doing some video content, you know, what do you charge for stuff like that? And I tell them, and I've never backed down from the price thing, because to me, my time is the most valuable thing I have. Yeah. I have 4 kids and a wife, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to put way more time into them. Anyway, my time is hugely valuable. So I can't count how many times people have contacted me and said, I want to do video. And I tell them how much I would charge them to come to their place and do video. And most of them just ghost me. They're like, holy crap. I know they're thinking on the other end, holy crap. Like, I can't do that. That's ridiculous. Or Joel, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and then I might get a follow-up conversation with them. And I'll be like, so what did you think about that, you know, that offer? And they're like, well, I just can't do that. What do I need in order to do it myself? That's usually the next question. And I'm like, do you
10
not
times that much money?
Yeah. Do you not understand? There's like there's training, there's experience,
you're paying for what I know how to do, not for doing the
exactly. And so my response is like, cell phones are pretty decent these days. Like, seriously, just make sure you got good lighting, make sure that it's not shaky, make sure you got good audio, and go for it.
You're like, how about I come down to your place and I charge you my consulting rate, which is $1,500 a day.
There you go.
And I'll teach you how to do what I do.
Yep, exactly.
And it'll take me 5 days to do it.
Right.
And all of your time for 5 days in a row.
Right.
Like, yeah. So do you think there's something different in your tactic that you can do on that initial client meeting to hook them?
Oh, I'm sure. But I'm not.
I mean, you're not focusing on it like I am.
No, I was going to say that would be a question I should be asking you, because people want to hear.
I was doing the Chris Doe thing of like asking you a question that I already know the answer to.
Exactly.
Or I feel like I know the answer to.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm the client. I come to you and I say that to you. What are you saying to me? Like, how are you working that to try to get that deal?
Yeah, I mean, if it's a client that I actually like want to work with, right?
Yeah.
Then I mean, your whole pitch, right, is like $1,000 per finished minute is kind of what you say, right?
Yeah.
And I think for me, like what's always going on in the back of my head is just talk about value, right? So rather than like focusing on this, semi-arbitrary thing that maybe makes it sound expensive, right?
Yes,
that's
true.
That kind of has this, I don't know, kind of that hourly mentality,
I get it.
right?
Yeah, I feel that.
But I mean, really my first question is just like, what are you trying to accomplish with this video? Do you want a video just because like everybody else is making videos and you want to make a video? Then like, let's just go like make a whatever video,
Yeah.
But really it's just like, well, what are you trying to accomplish with this video? And then what's that worth to you?
Yeah.
So really just like having that value conversation, right? So it's like, say it's a gun shop that makes $10,000 rifle packages.
Right.
Hey, we want you to make some videos for us. I would love to. Let's talk about what your vision is for those videos.
Yep.
Like, what do you think those are going to help build your brand to where you're going to get new clients? Yeah, we do. Okay. Like how many clients do you expect to get from that? How many do you have now? Right. I mean, it's going to be a percentage of what they already have. Right. So it's okay. Say you're building 100 rifles a year. Well, are these 5 videos going to help you get 10 more clients? Well, 10 clients times $10,000 is $100,000 of revenue. So this is a $100,000 problem.
Right.
Right. So it's talking about the value, but then it's talking about the size of either the opportunity or the size of the problem. Right. Well, you're missing out on this $100,000 piece of the pie because you're not doing what it takes to get it.
Right. Can you guarantee?
I'm giving people that like being fearful of.
Yeah. So just playing devil's advocate. Can you guarantee me that your video is going to bring me 10 more?
How about I don't guarantee you anything? How about I make you a free video? And for the first 6 months of that video, I get 100% of the profits that each new client that comes from my video comes in.
Right. And so
you have no risk.
Right. But
I take all the risk.
But I don't make any money. If you're taking 100% of the profit, then you say?
Yeah. For 6 months.
Right.
After that, you get all of it.
Right. If any more keep coming in.
Well, this video is not going to get any worse in 6 months.
It's just a huge gamble, right? It's a huge gamble for me.
For who?
For me, because you may get a bunch of clients to come in initially, but then after that I get nothing. And so I'm
okay. So let's do 50-50.
50-50.
Let's split the profit 50-50
for 6 months.
Yeah.
See, then you'd have to just like how yeah. I mean, I get that. I understand that strategy. And of course we're playing devil. I'm playing role playing here.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not willing to give up that 50%. Right. So let's say I thought but 50.
Would you spend a little bit of money to get an extra 50% of business?
Yeah. Depending on what the price is. Do you
want to make more money?
That's the thing. It's depending on the
price.
Like
this profit, right? So you're getting less profit, but it's still profit.
Right.
So you're growing your business, you're making money and you're not paying for anything up front.
So let's switch.
So how about I make a really good video and I get you 1,000 new clients. I get you more clients than you can handle.
Right. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. But it might be
like
worth,
if I get
the risk. Right?
If I get that situation with a client that sells a high ticket item, guess what I'm going to be doing instead of just delivering a video?
Right. You can be working for it. Yeah.
I'm going to be freaking running ads.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm going to take that video on my platform and I'm going to run ads to it and be able to,
generate. Yeah, absolutely. I would do the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now let's say, what was I just thinking? Oh, the budget side of things. So I come to you, I say, I want a thing. You say, well, I'm this price. And I go, well, that's too much.
I don't ever say what I try not to.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying like
In
a
theory.
Chris Doe kind of a guy. But then also using some of his strategy, like he might say something like, well, what's your marketing budget? Or what's your budget that you're going to spend on marketing or advertising or whatever it might be?
Yeah.
So if I say to you, my entire budget is $10,000, if you're Chris Doe, he's probably just going to say, I'm probably not the guy for you. Here's somebody that's cheaper.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as good as me, but I can hook you up with them. I want you to have the best, product. And I do highly recommend this person, but I'm just not going to work for that amount of money. Yeah. So you could go that route, or
I think as a career, like you gotta. Sorry, just making sure we're staying on track with that stuff.
Yep.
I think, it really just comes down to like how you position it, and where you're at in your career, right? Again, like if I don't have anything going on. And I'm like, I got to pay my mortgage this month, then I'm going to probably go into a situation less like a baller.
Right.
Right. But like if I've got more business that I can handle and I need to hire people to stay afloat and I'm just like swimming in business and I can't keep it all afloat, then I'm just going to be like, if it's not something, either I have to like have a need for the job monetarily or a want for the job to fit in my profile. Right. It's like CrossFit gym. Like if that dude's like, that's a lot of money, but like, we'll do it. The only reason I'm doing that is because I want to do a gym video.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll do them for that agreed thing. And then I'll be like, okay, now we're going to like actually talk some business. Like I've got the gym video quill in my cap. Like I don't need to do another one. So like, I'm not working for $250 a video anymore.
Right.
Because like, every client you get from this video is $1,800 in your pocket.
Right.
With no added expense to you other than like you have to wash one more towel at the end of a workout.
Right.
Yeah, right. Like I think CrossFit gyms are, I think subscription-based places like that are pretty good potential clients, right? It's like you think of like a haircut place.
Yeah.
Maybe not as great. Every new client that walks in their door maybe gets a $20 haircut and never comes back.
Yeah.
So like that's not worth very much.
Yeah.
But a lawyer that writes $2,000 not life insurance, but like estate management policies, like the one we got when we moved here because we were like, oh, we've got a kid now, and like felt the need to do it.
Yeah.
Like you do a video for that guy. That's valuable for me because every new person that comes in because of that video makes him $2,000 for like 3 hours worth of work.
Yeah.
Or like real estate. Like one of the things that I've seen, and I asked Andy, our real estate agent that brought us together.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
Cupid. I was asking him, I just like quickly shot him a text one day. I was like, hey, how much do videographers cost? How much do they charge to like video a house? And like, how much does a photographer charge? And he's like, photographers are like, I can't remember what he said, $70 a house or something.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, who would do that? And he's like, and video, like nobody really does it. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, and I think that's how most videographers that want to do real estate go about it, right? They're like, I want to pitch this as a service per house, right? And what I think the pitch should be, and maybe just the Columbia market's not the right one, but it's like my pitch would be to help the real estate agent build their brand. Right? Because it's like every person that I can get to have Andy help them sell their house, how much does he make?
Right.
On a $400,000 house, 3% is $12,000.
Right.
So every one new client that I can get him from making a baller video gets him $12,000.
Yep.
So I'm like, hey, let's make a $6,000 video.
Yeah.
And
split it. Yeah.
Split the cost of that. It's like, that pitch. And if you can get them to click that, then they're like, well, yeah, I'll spend $6,000 on a video. Yeah, I'm going to get it for sure. I'll get one client out of the deal.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what if you get two? What if you get three?
Then money.
You know?
Yeah.
How about we keep doing it and like really build this into a brand, and you just help? Because like I have a really entrepreneurial mindset, right? I'm like, okay, let's do this video. We're going to build this into like, I'm going to help you become a real estate business owner to where you're hiring agents under you. And like the only way to do that is to build video and build your brand and blah, 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 blah. And like, I just like go too big all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think if you can help them see that vision and then help position yourself as the person that helps them get there, I think all of a sudden people start opening up their wallets for you because you're providing value that's helping them achieve these things that are bigger than what they thought.
Yep.
Just got to go in there like a baller.
Go in like a baller.
Easier said than done.
It is. Yeah. I know a guy who was working at Midway. When I first moved down here to Columbia, I started working for Midway USA in their customer service department. And there was a guy in there, Kenny, who worked in there. And
I'm not ignoring you.
You're fine.
I'm turning the air conditioning off.
You're fine. So Kenny watched me leave Midway as a job to go do Precision Rifle Network full time. And he was into flying drones. And it wasn't but maybe 6 months after I left to do Precision Rifle Network that he left to pursue what he thought would be a career making money doing drone photography and drone videography for farmers and for real estate and yada, yada, yada. And at some point I asked him how he was doing with it. And he said, man, it's not good. I'm not making enough money. And I asked him, I said, well, what are you charging? Right. And he was that guy that was saying, yeah, I charge like $25 a house. I figure if it takes me, 20 minutes to 30 minutes at each house, $25 an hour is, I don't want to rob people by asking more than that, and it's like, dude, you should be charging so much more than that. You know what I mean? And it's an undervaluing of the product.
And we're notorious. I think creators are notorious for that.
Yeah, because we're all super self-critical. And we don't think that what we do is good enough. And at least for me, I can only speak for myself, but I it's not like in an unhealthy way, but I berate my own self way more, like to the point that I don't think that I'm very good at the things that I do. So I don't reach out and try, to get these big clients and big jobs because I'm like, oh, I'll probably screw it up or something. You know what I mean? It's like,
they'll fire me or they'll tell everybody that I did a bad job and I'll never be able to get another business job again. And
right. And it's ridiculous, right? That it wouldn't happen like that. And the work that I do is good and it is valuable and it would do well for people. It's just that we're like, but because I'm scared of that, I'm only going to charge this amount because then if it's not, awesome, then at least I didn't charge them whatever, so.
Yeah, one of the like memes that I see passed around the creative community all the time is like, it's like, I don't remember what the title is, $500 video client.
Yeah.
And then it's like this whole paragraph of like, but what if it's too long? What if the music's not right? What if this? What if that? What if this? It's like this whole paragraph of like the things that they're like worried about and like asking them about.
Yep.
And it's like $50,000 video client. Where do we send the check? Like that's it,
That is it. Yep.
It's just like, I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, I've experienced that already in 3 months. It's like the people that I work with that are kind of on that different level. It's just like, it's a lot easier to do those jobs.
Yep. It comes down to that pitch and are they buying it?
Yeah. I mean, I've certainly got a lot to work on it too. Cause like I haven't been doing it for that long.
Yeah.
Right. And I can I think sitting here and like role playing it out probably is helpful, but like, I don't know that I really would walk into somewhere and tell them that I'm going to take all their money and, all this stuff. I have done it once though, where, we worked a profit sharing deal and
Yeah.
I mean, it's small time stuff. It's
still,
like
I remember the
huge,
day you
but
did that when you called me. You're like, dude, I used that technique, blah, 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 blah. And
we were talking about it like
Yeah.
the day before.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, well, I don't really have the money to pay you right now. And I was like, well, one of the things I like to do with my clients, I'm like, I've never done this before. Is this and that? And he's like, oh, yeah, that'd work great. And I've had 3 or 4 other people kind of say the same thing.
Yeah.
So
it works. Anything else you want to talk about? What do you want to talk
I don't
about?
know. I feel like that was pretty good. We've been going a long time.
Good, yeah. It's like 11:30.
Who's still watching on YouTube?
Outdoor generalist. Most
outdoor
properties,
generalist.
Realtors want pictures.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now the market, and I think right now the real estate market is such that like it's prime for like helping realtors build their businesses. Because like houses are selling fast. Like they don't need any help selling a house. Like they don't need fancy pictures. Like they don't need help selling a house. They need help getting someone to choose them to sell their house.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, certainly they've got to think that. They've got to see that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got a cousin that's a real estate agent in Austin, and like he treats it like he's got a master's degree in structural engineering, and he quit that to go be a real estate agent. And he puts that level of effort into being a real estate agent, and he's crushing it.
Dude, they can make
because he's marketing himself.
Yeah.
Rather than just like, oh yeah, I'm a real estate agent. If you know anybody, like tell them.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's like marketing his business to where people are like seeing him and be like, oh, this real estate agent's a baller.
Yep.
So, yep. I don't know. That's just a market that I haven't tried to get into yet, but
yeah, I don't know what I would do. I mean, it's just from a photography standpoint. Like I can take a picture, but I do think high quality images, of the exterior and interior of a house are valuable. But
yeah,
those kind of, we can get a drone inside of a house and fly a drone around through somebody's house, and it just looks better. Or just a handheld gimbal shot. You know what I mean? Just walking through. It's,
Yeah, but I mean, so
something.
like what I envision, right, is like you work with the agent. Yeah, Outdoor Generalist is saying his photography business has gone down because the houses sell so fast. Yeah, I totally get that. But like, think about sitting down with a real estate agent, doing kind of an interview style video, telling some story about why they became a real estate agent, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then get a few of their like really good clients to like sit down and do little interviews with you and like talk about why that real estate agent was awesome and what they did that was special and blah, 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 or whatever it is, right? Tell that story about why you would want to work with Andy versus whoever your friend's sister knows that's a real estate agent.
Right.
And like he gets one new client, it's $12,000 extra.
Yeah, on that house.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, rather than just like, oh, let's do a video of this cool house to help you sell the house. Well, you don't need that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like houses are selling faster than you can sell them.
That's
what
right.
you need is to get people to choose you to sell their houses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like that's my made up real estate pitch, that if I tried to do real estate, that would be my pitch.
Yeah.
So Outdoor Generalist, maybe give that a try. Instead of trying to photograph houses for $100.
$250.
$250.
I think is what he said.
Okay. Yeah. That's good from what I hear. I mean, here it's like,
here it's nothing. It's less than $100.
I could look. I think he said it was either 30 or 70.
It was
30 seems low. But
I know it was less than $100, which is just crazy to me.
Boils, right? Yeah, 70 to 150 depending on the house. Most of them are FAA certified and will provide drones footage as well. So a drone for $150. Clearing flights with the FAA for $150.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And I'd
give that a try. Talk to the agents and see if you can take headshots for them.
Yeah,
and like manage their Instagram pages to like help them get clients.
There you go. Yep, there you go.
So if I could hire somebody, I could get them to go do that for me.
That's right.
I'll just go around closing all the deals.
Yep.
If you want a job, let me know. I'm hiring. Yeah. Well, anyway, it's been fun. I don't know who else is watching. It says 3 on there. One of them's you. Yeah. Yep. No way I'd drive to a house, deal with someone, waste my time shooting. Yeah, for sure.
Deal, yeah.
I did it for a buddy. It was the first time I did real estate, and I was like, it was cheap. It's like $100. I was just like, this is a pain.
Yeah.
It's just like at least 3 hours worth of work.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's like, I guess if you're comparing it to like if you're flipping burgers at McDonald's,
Yeah.
it's better.
Right. Well,
if you're doing it
enough,
8 hours a day, which you're not,
exactly.
So probably stay flipping burgers at that point.
Well, and that makes the point too, is like if you've got something else that you want in life that you're trying to make time for, figure out what you need to charge for your photography or videography in order to make that happen in less amount of time. So you're only going to work 4 hours a day, and you need to be charging, in order to make as much.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things I did, and we could probably talk about that next time. But like when I quit my job, I like wrote down a number. It's like, this is how much I want to make. I want to take a month off, and I want to take like every Friday off. I'm going to work 4 days a week. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I mean, that kind of gave me a benchmark of like, this is how much money I need to make an hour. It's probably still wrong mentality, but like I gotta know roughly what I need to be doing, so I know how much I can afford to work for and how much I can't, So like I've got one job right now that's just costing me a lot of money to do. And it's like, I kind of want to keep doing it, but at the same time, I'm just like,
the more time you spend,
more valuable to let this one go.
Yeah.
So if anybody knows of a video editor that wants to come work for me, that's one of the things I need. And I could probably use another designer.
I have a really good video editor guy.
Do you?
I'm not giving him up.
You do? Is it you?
No.
You have a guy?
I got a guy. He's amazing.
Why won't you give me your guy?
Because he's my guy.
That's not cool.
I'm not into sharing my guy.
I thought you edit all your own videos.
Oh, I do.
So what do you need a guy for?
Because when I have I have 2 other content creators that work for me. And if I don't have time to edit their content. You just
gave up the nuts. It's one of those 2 guys.
No, it's not one of those guys.
Oh.
I send the footage off to this other guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that or sometimes he just shoots his own footage. He and a couple buddies shoot their own footage, and he'll edit for me. He's really good. He's really good.
I'm glad we're friends enough that you won't even share this guy that you use sometimes.
Well, I didn't know you were wanting a guy until last week.
Yeah, I feel like
I'll probably pass him along too.
I feel like he's that's one of the things I need. It's just I seriously I could show you my files right now. I have, on this screen, it's like that long of project folders of videos that I would like to make.
Yeah, but
they're not that valuable for me to make, other than like long-term brand building stuff, which is important. But it's just like
Yeah, Greg, I've been seeing your car photos, dude. They are really good. Okay, so I don't know if you are you okay to keep going a little bit?
Dude, I'm good.
All right.
I don't give 2 craps.
Here's what I want to know from a photography standpoint, Greg. How do you I've never shot a moving car before, so I literally have no idea about this. So I understand you have to have you got to set your speed higher so that you can stop that motion, right? I get all that from a photography standpoint, but how do you get the car to be perfectly still in the center of the shot, obviously, but the background looks like everything else is like warp speed moving?
Is tracking it?
Is that just because you're are you whipping and tracking it or something? While the car's moving, I've just noticed a couple of your shots. It's I don't know. Just explain that to me, because they look really cool, and I've never tried it. So maybe it's something super simple, and I don't know. I've never tried it. So,
I know one of the ways to do it is to move with the slow shutter speed.
Really? And it's low light too. Well, it's low light, so you got to. Yeah, so keep going. Explain that to me. And tracking.
So you got slow shutter speed would blur the background as you track.
Right.
But how do you track it with a 1/100 is not that slow. But how do you track it and get it crisp while you're moving?
That's what I'm saying. Look at his pictures. It's
hard.
It's really good. I'm going to see it. Where are those, Greg? Are they on your Facebook? I'm going to pull them up there and see if that's...
Greg's a Facebook whore, of course. Facebook.
Let me see.
My dad texted me after our last live stream.
Did he?
And he goes, "Is there a point to your live stream with Joel?" I was like, thanks, Dad.
Hey, Dad, look here. Well,
Hey, thanks for the support. Thanks for commenting or anything, dude. Gosh.
Greg, I don't see any pictures on your Facebook of the car racing.
See, it's like if we were good at marketing and stuff, we would be punching into like Kansas City filmmaker. Like we would be like posting on those pages of like, hey, we're live streaming talking about filmmaking.
Well, I posted on a few of mine, but
yeah,
Greg, I don't see any of these.
We're getting better slowly but surely.
Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so DS3, I can turn my ISO up to 8,000 with no noise. I get that. For a 100-ish mile per hour car standing 3 feet away, I'm turning super fast. Gosh, and
then are you just like, brrr?
Yeah, are you just holding the shutter down, just trying to get that one that's perfectly crisp, or what? Look up his Instagram.
See, like this is one of those situations where it would be cool to be on Clubhouse instead of here.
Right.
Where we could be like, hey, Greg, come up on the stage and tell us what you do for your photo stuff. And then all he has to do is turn his microphone on his cell phone on. Right.
Yeah.
Versus like having somebody in the stream. Like there's a button over here on Restream that's like invite people to like, I don't even know how that works, man. I guess if he had a streaming setup.
Yeah. None of these are the go fast ones, Greg.
On
Instagram.
You on somewhere. That's what he said in the comments.
Tagged you on Facebook. Okay.
Dude, I'm super happy you finally caught us for a live stream, Greg. Granted, this is only our second one, so he really only missed one. And then some of those other...
Like some of those. I mean, that's right at the start, but still, you get the idea. Right?
It's got to be a fast shutter, though, because the wheels aren't blurry at all, you know?
Wheels when they're spinning sometimes look like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're going to have motion blur if your shutter's open for a long time.
Yeah, some of them, I suppose. Like that?
Yeah, that's super cool.
That's really good.
Whip it real good.
I got to try that, though. Like, look at that, dude. That looks so good.
Mm-hmm. What percentage of your shots look good, Greg? Like when you're, is it just like 1 out of every 100 that is like postable, or like are they all postable? Obviously not all of them, but that thing's off the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are good. I love that look. Yeah, love that look. Look at that.
That's got to be a relatively low shutter because it's dark.
But I don't know. That's just a cool photography thing to me. I just think that's neat.
10% are keepers.
Good job, Greg. I like that.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I don't know. There's just so many things like figuring out with streaming, but I feel like you can't figure any of it out unless you're streaming.
Right.
It's like we couldn't even. Yeah, that'd be one thing that I would like to know, since you guys are on and listening. Obviously, we turned the AC on, so I've got it set in like nighttime. It goes into eco mode, and like we don't start streaming until it's already in eco mode.
Right.
So it's just off. But I'd be curious if you can, because we've got a really nice microphone. I'd be curious on the auto if you can hear the AC running or not.
It'd be nice to know. It's not very loud.
Yeah.
I'm just now getting cooled down, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
I've been
hot too.
Have you? Yeah. Okay. Well, you're sitting next to me.
Yeah. I radiate, apparently. My wife's just like,
I got to be done. It's so like midnight.
Okay.
But
Joel's 93 minutes. In the towel. Yeah, 93 minutes.
Been on this bad boy.
We got 4 people watching on YouTube.
There was
one of them.
There was 7 at one point.
Oh, maybe it's just Canoyer and
generalist.
Yeah, outdoor generalist, because I might count as one and you probably count as one. So
yeah,
it's probably just those 2.
Well, for now, I mean, it was.
We got 2 likes on Facebook.
It was more before.
Yeah,
I don't know. It'll grow.
It'll grow.
Get bigger.
Well, I mean, considering that, like, we don't really at least I haven't advertised at all yet that we're doing it. Nope, can't hear it a bit.
Cool.
Cool.
All right.
Oh, sweet, bro.
The metadata.
Metadata. All right, guys.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate you watching. Thanks, Outdoor Generalists, for coming over and sticking with us.
Yeah.
It's fun because I feel like you get to know us a little bit better, and we kind of get to know you through the chat.
He's got a YouTube channel, Outdoor Generalist.
Okay.
He does like some gun review kind of stuff, and outdoor.
I'll have to go
review
like it.
stuff.
I try to segment my gun stuff from my creative stuff, so I'll have to get on my Max Effective page.
There you go.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right.
We'll catch y'all later.
See ya.
Wave, or you're going to get hugged again.
I'm waving. This is my wave.